Okay, good evening. We're back with 1 Samuel chapter 11. Samuel defeats the Amorites. About a month ago, King Nahash of Ammah led his army against the Israelite city of Jabesh Gilead, but the citizens of Jabesh asked for peace. Make a treaty with us, and we will be your servants, they pleaded. All right, Nahash said, but only on one condition. I will gouge out the right eye of every one of you as a disgrace to all Israel. Give us 7 days to send messengers throughout Israel, replied the leaders of Jabesh. If none of our relatives will come save us, we will agree to your terms. But the messengers came to Gibeah, Saul's hometown, and told the people about their plight, and everyone broke into tears. Saul was plowing in the field, and when he returned to town, he asked, "What's the matter? Why is everyone crying?" So they told him about the message from Jabesh. Then the Spirit of God came mightily upon Saul, and he became very angry. He took 2 oxen and cut them into pieces, and sent the messengers to carry them throughout Israel with this message: "This is what will happen to the oxen of anyone who refuses to follow Saul and Samuel into battle." And the Lord made the people afraid of Saul's anger, and all of them came out together as one. When Saul mobilized them at Bezek, he found that there were 300,000 men of Israel in addition to 30,000 from Judah. So Saul sent messengers back to Jabesh Gilead to say, "We will rescue you by noontime tomorrow." What joy there was throughout the city when that message arrived. The men of Jabesh then told their enemies, "Tomorrow we will come out to you, and you can do to us as you wish." But before dawn the next morning, Saul arrived, having divided his army into 3 detachments. He launched a surprise attack against the Amorites and slaughtered them through the whole morning. The remnant of this army was so badly scattered that no 2 of them were left together. Then the people exclaimed to Samuel, Now, where are those men who said Saul shouldn't rule over us? Bring them here, and we will kill them." But Saul replied, "No, no one will be executed. No one will be executed today, for the Lord has rescued Israel." Then Samuel said to the people, "Come, let us all go to Gilgal to reaffirm Saul's kingship." So they went to Gilgal, and in the solemn ceremony before the Lord they crowned him king. And then they offered peace offerings to the Lord, and Saul and all the Israelites were very happy. 1 Samuel chapter 12, Samuel's farewell address. Then Samuel addressed the people again. "I have done as you asked and given you a king. I have selected him ahead of my own sons, and I stand here an old, gray-haired man. I have served you as your leader since I was a boy. Now tell me, as I stand here before the Lord and before his anointed one, whose ox or donkey have I stolen? Have I ever cheated on any of you? Have I cheated any of you? Have I ever oppressed you? Have I ever taken a bribe? Tell me, and I will make right whatever I have done wrong." "No," they replied. "You have never cheated or oppressed us in any way, and you have never taken even a single bribe. The Lord and his anointed one are my witnesses," Samuel declared, "that you can never accuse me of robbing you." "Yes, it is true," they replied. "It was the Lord who appointed Moses and Aaron," Samuel continued. "He brought your ancestors out of the land of Egypt. Now stand here quietly before the Lord as I remind you all of the great things that the Lord has done for you and your ancestors." When the ancestors were in Egypt and cried out to the Lord, he sent Moses and Aaron to rescue them from Egypt and to bring them into this land. But the people soon forgot about the Lord their God, so he let them be conquered by Sisera, the general of Hazar's army, and by the Philistines and the king of Moab. Then they cried out to the Lord again. And confessed, "We have sinned by turning away from the Lord and worshipping the images of Baal and Ashtaroth. But we will worship you and you alone if you will rescue us from our enemies." Then the Lord sent Gideon, Barak, Jephthah, and Samuel to save you, and you lived in safety. But when you were afraid of Nahash, the king of Ammon, you came to me and said that you wanted a king to reign over you. And even though the Lord your God was already your king, all right, here is the king you have chosen. Look him over. You asked for him, and the Lord has granted your request. Now, if you will fear and worship the Lord and listen to his voice, and if you do not rebel against the Lord's commands, and if you and your king follow the Lord your God, then all will be well. But if you rebel against the Lord's commands and refuse to listen to him, then his hand will be heavy upon you as it was upon your ancestors. Now stand here and see the great thing the Lord is about to do. You know that it does not rain at this time of the year during the wheat harvest. I will ask the Lord to send thunder and rain today. Then you will realize how wicked you have been in asking the Lord for a king." So Samuel called to the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain, and all the people were terrified of the Lord and of Samuel. "Pray to the Lord your God for us, and we will die. They cried out to Samuel, "For now we have added our sins by asking for a king." "Don't be afraid," Samuel reassured them. "You have certainly done wrong, but make sure now that you worship the Lord with all your heart, and that you don't turn your back on him in any way. Don't go back worshiping worthless idols that cannot help you or rescue you. They really are useless. The Lord will not abandon his chosen people, for that would dishonor his great name. He made you a special nation for himself. As for me, I will certainly not sin against the Lord by ending my prayers for you, and I will continue to teach you what is good and right. But be sure to fear the Lord and sincerely worship him. Think of all the wonderful things he has done for you, but if you continue to sin, you and your king will be destroyed." Oh, let me... oh gosh, sorry. I'm trying to get this so it doesn't shine. Okay, so 1 Samuel chapter 13, continued with Philistia. Samuel was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned for 42 years. Samuel selected 3,000 special troops from the army of Israel and sent the rest of the men home. He took 2,000 of the chosen men with him to Michmash in the hill country of Bethel. The other 1,000 went with Saul's son Jonathan to Gibeah in the land of Benjamin. Soon after this, Jonathan attacked and defeated the garrisons of Philistines at Gibeah. The news spread quickly among the Philistines that Israel was in revolt, so Saul sounded the call to arms throughout Israel. He announced that the Philistine garrison at Gibeah had been destroyed, and he warned the people that the Philistines now hated the Israelites more than ever. So the entire Israelite army mobilized again and met Saul at Gilgal. The Philistines mustered a mighty army of 3,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and as many warriors as the grains of sands along the seashore. They camped at Michmash east of Bethaven. When the men of Israel saw the vast number of enemy troops, they lost their nerve entirely and tried to hide in caves, holes, rocks, tombs, and cisterns. Some of them crossed the Jordan River and escaped to the land of Gad and Gilead. Saul's disobedience and Samuel's rebuke. Meanwhile, Sam stayed at Gilgad, and his men were trembling with fear. Saul waited there 7 days for Samuel, as Samuel had instructed him earlier, but Samuel still didn't come. Samuel realized that his troops were rapidly slipping away, so he demanded, "Bring me the burnt offering and the peace offerings." And Saul sacrificed the burnt offering himself. Just as Saul finished with the burnt offering, Samuel arrived. Saul went out to meet and welcome him, but Samuel said, "What is this you have done?" Saul replied, "I saw my men scattering from me, and you didn't arrive when you said you would, and the Philistines are at Michmash ready for battle. So I said, the Philistines are ready to march against us, and I haven't even asked for the Lord's help, so I felt obligated to offer the burnt offering myself before you came." "How foolish," Samuel explained. "You have disobeyed the command of the Lord your God. Had you obeyed the Lord, would have established your kingdom over Israel forever, but now your destiny must end, for the Lord has sought out a man after his own heart. The Lord has already chosen him to be king over his people, for you have not obeyed the Lord's command." Israel's military disadvantage. Samuel then left Gilgad and went on his way, but the rest of the troops went with Saul to meet the army. They went up to Gilgad and Gibeah in the land of Benjamin. When Saul counted the men who were still with him, he found only 600 left. Saul and Jonathan and the troops were staying at Gibeah near Gibeah in the land of Benjamin. The Philistines set at the camp of Michmash. 3 raiding parties soon left the camp of Philistines. One went north towards Ophrah in the land of Saul, another went west to Beth-horon, and the third moved toward the border above the valley of Zibeon near the wilderness. Okay, and I think there I'll stop and finish the rest with chapter 14.